Well, good morning and welcome to First Things First. Today is Tuesday, April the 19th, and so glad that you've joined us today and so thankful for another day that the Lord has blessed us with. It's a little chilly outside this morning, but I guess that's springtime in East Tennessee, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get. And even saw on the weather up north, just a little ways north of us, some snow and some wintry mix up there, and ooh, too cold. I'm ready for the summertime and ready for a little warm weather. But anyways, I guess we'll take what we get and be glad that just the Lord has given us another day. So again, we're so thankful that you joined us today. So thankful for you, for what the Lord has allowed you to get up and be able to watch us this morning and listen to the crazy ramblings of this preacher and see what he has in store for you today. And so let's just jump into it this morning. And the verse of the day comes from First Corinthians chapter 15, verses 20 through 22, which says, "But now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive." And what a promise that we have in that today, knowing that we just come out of the resurrection holiday, Easter, and knowing that it was about what Christ did for us and how that he was risen from the grave and he was risen from the dead there on that first Easter morning to become the first of the resurrection, the first fruits of the resurrection, and that would be able to go back home, back to heaven. And so we have that promise now. If he did that for us, became the first fruits of them, I'm glad that we have the ability to follow him in the resurrection. And whenever we pass away from this life, we'll just pass from this one to the next, to our eternal home. And I'm glad that we have that opportunity, because had it not been for Christ, then we would all be bound for hell today. We would all be doomed for eternal that eternal destination, because it was in Adam all died. That dying, death that was there is a separation. The worst thing wasn't that this body is put in the grave and decay. The worst thing about that death is the separation. And we know that in Adam, the separation came because of sin, and because he had disobeyed God, and there was that separation between him and God then, and that was the worst part about that death, and is the spiritual death. But because what Christ did for us, and how that he died on that cross and gave us hope and give us that salvation on that resurrection day, then we are truly blessed today. And we can absolutely say, for as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive. I'm glad that I'm alive today, spiritually and physically. It's good to be able to come up here, but thank the Lord that we have that life eternal, and I'm glad that He promised us a home in glory one day. And the greatest promise, and I know I quote it often, but John 14, which says, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also." And to me, that's such a huge, huge promise, knowing that I've got a better place to go to and that I'm going to live in glory with Him forever and ever. What a blessing, a great joy it is to know that we have this salvation, this peace, and this hope, uh, and knowing that there's something to look forward to. If we are planning a trip or planning for some holiday or something, we look to that for great anticipation. And this is even greater than that, knowing that we are going to heaven one day, and with anticipation and eagerness, I'm looking forward to that day. But until that day, there's a lot of work to do, a lot of things that we need to accomplish, and want to try to get the word out as much as we can. So just know that because of His resurrection, and we have life and we have hope, and we can share that good news with everyone else around us. So I hope that you have a great Tuesday, and hope to see you right back here again tomorrow morning for another edition of First Things First. God bless you, is our prayers.